Okay, guys. Spiritual experience I had. I gotta rip these off as they come to my mind, so I'm just gonna rip them off. So one day, I was walking home from school. I was a little kid, 14, 13, 14 or something. 10, I don't know. Somewhere, yeah, I think I was younger. I was like between around 7, 8, 9, 10, 7 and 10 years old. I'm walking home, and my dog Coco saw me. She ran up the sidewalk and hugged and kissed me and everything. I'm like, yeah, yeah, yeah. And so I'm walking with my dog back home. I'm gonna have like a few houses to pass before we get to my house. And I see one of them Mormonite kids walking up the street. And he's on the side of the road coming directly at me, and he's passing me by, and he's just staring at me, and he's just walking. He's got that top hat, black top hat. He's got black suit, like a black suit, black pants that don't go all the way down to his ankles, and he's got like black socks on, black shoes, and I think a white shirt. And he's walking, and he's got this damn hat, and I'm like, oh, look at that guy, man. And he's just staring at me, and so because he's staring at me, I'm intimidated, right? So I look away. I don't want to stare back like him. I'm like, why? And I'm thinking to myself, well, why is he staring at me? And I'm like, oh, well, ignore it, right? Just ignore it and keep walking. I didn't even wave to him, right? I wasn't looking. I don't know. It was weird. And so he walks past, and I'm with my dog, and then I turn around to look at the guy again to see him, and he's gone, right? And I'm like, where'd he go? He must have ran into one of the houses here, up the driveway into one of the houses. And then, so I went home. That was that. That was my first sighting of the Mormonite kid. Then, Mennonite, Mormonite, I don't know what their name is. Anyway, they got the horse and carriages, and they go down the road. They all dress like the same. Anyway, the next one was me and my brother were playing hockey in the driveway, and I was a goalie. My brother's taking shots at me, and playing hockey. I think it was Saturday, bright sunny day. He's hitting me with hockey pucks, and we're yelling and screaming, having a great time. And all of a sudden, the kid, but I don't remember. I remember, but I didn't at this moment. I go, hey, look at this guy coming up the driveway. Between the driveway has my house, another house, and a fence alongside the driveway to the property for the next house. And I'm looking at him, and I'm taking shots, and Chris looks at him, and he's like, whoa, maybe he's coming to play with us. He wants to play hockey with us. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. And then, so he takes a couple shots at me, and we turn around, we look back down the driveway to see when his damn kid's coming to play hockey with us, and he's gone. He was halfway up the driveway. He took a shot. We turned around to say, hey, man, and he's gone. We're like, me and my brother were just like, oh, well. He must have changed his mind. And I'm like, I saw him before. I told my brother, I saw him before, walking down the road when I coming home from school. And he goes, yeah, whatever. I can't remember exactly what he said. And then that was that. And that was the next one. We couldn't figure out where he went. So I was like a year later. That was like between the two sightings. It was a year or more has gone by. So another bunch of years go by. Me and my buddy, another guy I know, we had time to kill. So he had a pellet gun, and the driveway went up straight into the garage. At the back of the garage were windows. leading to the backyard. So we set up targets, like cardboard targets and pop cans, beer bottle, beer cans and stuff like that. And we set them up in the backyard, and we were shooting them with the pellet gun, right? And we were going to shoot no animals. I wouldn't allow it. That's all, because I had the idiot next door that killed every damn thing that lived, including his own dog. Enough about that before I get too mad. So, we're shooting. We're shooting. And my buddy's going to take his shot. I turn around to light a cigarette or something, and there's that Mennonite kid coming up the driveway again. And he is past the house. I go, hey, check the guy out. Check this guy out. And he's coming right. He's past the house, heading right for us, and he's staring at us. And my buddy looks at him and goes, oh, that's one of them Mennonite kids. Mennonites. And I'm like, yeah, whatever. So he goes, so he takes his shot. I think he missed. and I turned around to greet the kid, and he's gone. There was nowhere for him to go. There was like 10 seconds between I look. From the time I looked at him, I turned away. 10 seconds went by. My friend took the shot. I figured the kid was already right behind us. The kid was like right behind us. He should have been right behind us in the garage with us. But he was nowhere. I go, the kid's gone. And my friend's like, oh, that's weird. And then I took off and I ran around the garage into the backyard to see if the kid was somewhere in the lawn. And then he wasn't. So I ran back. I go, did you see him come back in the backyard? And he goes, no, I didn't see him. And so I run in the house. I go, Mom, where's the kid, the Mennonite kid? Mom's like, are you smoking that shit again? I'm like, no, I ain't smoking that. And she goes, no Mennonite kid here. Get the fuck out of the house. So I go back outside the house. I run down the driveway. The kid should be somewhere in the vicinity, and I should have ran across him. I ran out to the front yard. I looked to the left. I looked to the right on the street. Nothing. Nobody. Nowhere. Gone. I come back to my buddy, and I'm saying, hey, that kid is gone, man. And he's like, I'm going, that was a spirit. That was a ghost. And he's like, I don't even want to think about it. He starts taking a shot. And I was just amazed. I was amazed. And then I realized I saw him before. I couldn't quite place it at the time because I was jacked up. But I saw that kid before there. And he's like, oh, man, I don't want to think about it. I don't want to know. He don't like nothing like that. So anyway, I get a job. Okay, my backyard, you cross the railroad tracks, and there's another road, dirt road, that leads to another main road. I'm Googling it. And then on that main road is the truck factory on the other side of the railroad tracks. And so I got a job cleaning that place, teenager job. And I'm cleaning that place years later. And so at night, it's like I get done at 8. Yeah, 8 o'clock. I get 8:30. I get done. And I leave the security gate. I walk across the parking lot. And I turn towards my house, which is the dirt road. And it's about a 3/4 of a kilometer long and straight, which leads to the railroad tracks. On the other side of the railroad tracks is my house. So I just gotta walk down this road and I'm at home, right? On the other side of the railroad tracks. So one night I'm leaving. I leave the security gate, walk along the fence to the road, the dirt road, and then I head down the dirt road. I'm Googling all this, by the way, because I want to do it that way. And so I'm walking down the road. Now, on my left is the boulevard, a big steel fence, which runs most of the way down until the junkyard, and then there's cement cement wall that's for the junkyard. So there's nowhere to go on the left, there's nowhere to go on the right. On the right is a factory. There's grass, there's about 5 feet of grass. Then there's a factory wall that runs all the way down, and then it's the factory parking lot where they park all the trucks they make, and it goes right to the railroad tracks. So 3/4 of a mile, this factory fence, big tall fence with barbed wire on top, lights, security cameras. On the left, there's a house with a fence, which turns into concrete fence for the junkyard. So I leave across the thing and I turn. And just as I turn to go home down the road, there's the Mennonite kid. The exact same one I saw before. My heart jumped, right? And he's just walking. And he's looking across the road right at me. I'm freaking because I know this kid. I know him. I've seen him before. And I know he's a ghost. I know he's a ghost. That's the worst part. I know you're a ghost. I know you're dead. So I'm thinking that. I'm freaking out. I'm like, well, there it is. And there's no cars on this road. This is like no cars. He's on the other side of the road, which is sort of like a 2-lane road, but it looks like a one-way road, or 1-lane road. It ain't very far. Like we had like 6 to 8 feet between us, and he was right beside me looking. He's walking. He's got that damn top hat thing on, the black hat, just exactly. He didn't age a day. Exactly. And he's staring at me. He had brown eyes. He's looking right at me. And I'm freaking. I immediately take my eyes away, and he's walking right behind me. I can see him in my peripheral, and he's like turning his head. He's walking straight, but his head is like, you know what I mean? His head is staying with my head, looking at me as he walks by. And he's like this. He's still walking, but he's looking right at me. And I'm like, oh my fucking God. My heart just dropped. I'm like, and I think it was him staring that really freaked me out the most. And so, as soon as he leaves my peripheral vision, like a quarter of a second, I'm walking, I'm looking down, I can see him staring at me, and all of a sudden he leaves my peripheral vision. And then I went, I looked like that. Because I know as soon as I look away, because the last 2 times I looked away, he was gone. As soon as he left my peripheral vision, I looked, he was gone. He didn't have time to take a step in any direction, let alone go anywhere, and he was gone. Done, man. I fucking ran. Ran home till I got exhausted, and then I just walked. But I was like looking behind me, looking at my phone, I'm being haunted. So that was that time. The next day, I'm getting done work. I totally forgot about no, I didn't. I can't remember. No, I think I totally forgot about the kid at this point, because, you know, you gotta live. And so I'm working, I'm coming home. I walk down the parking lot along the fence, and I turn to go home, and I wasn't thinking about the kid. There he is. The same fucking spot. I think he was in a little bit further up, closer, or farther back. I don't know, I can't remember. But he's walking along that side of the road, just like he did yesterday. I'm like, are you fucking... So the kid, he's walking and he's staring at me, and I'm like, okay, look down. And then I'm like, I can't look at him. Something's telling me to look at him. Something's telling me to go talk to him. But I won't. Too fucking freaking out in my head, right? And he's dressed like in the fucking 1800s or something. Like old days. And I'm freaking out, man. freaking out, and he's staring at me, and I'm looking down. I look at the ground, just totally ignoring him. And I think because of me ignoring him, that's why he came back, right? I don't know, just a theory. Because I brushed him off. I was scared shitless. I wasn't fucking doing nothing. Poor kid. So he's staring at me, and his head is following me as I walk by. And I'm looking, and I can feel him fucking staring at me. And I can see his head, but I ain't looking out in my peripheral. And I go, okay, we'll do the same as yesterday. As soon as he leaves the peripheral, gone, look. He was gone. Just vanished. But the fucking thing was, he was solid. You couldn't see no ghostly nothing. 100% solid. So I ran as far as I could before I lost my breath. I got 3/4 of a mile to go, right? And so, oh man, it was freaky. And so, next day, I'm at work. I'm afraid to go home. I'm at the security gate, and I'm like, no way, man, I can't walk home. I'm too afraid. I'm like, nothing's gonna happen. Fuck it, nothing's gonna happen. I go, three times this kid's gonna come walking by. I go, what are the chances of that? So I'm like, yeah, whatever. It ain't gonna happen. So I'm walking. And the fence runs alongside the factory. So you can't see what's down the road, right? So I come up to the edge of the factory along the fence, and I can't see what's down the road. I turn the factory to get on the road, and there he is. 3 fucking times in a row. Here he is, and he's walking, and he's staring at me on the other side of the road for the 3rd fucking time. And I'm like, go talk to him. I'm like, fucking talk. Go talk to him. My spirit's like, talk to him. Say hi. Wave at him. Do something. I'm like, no, man. I can't do that. I'm sorry. And there he was. And this time, I did the same thing as the last time. I said to myself, okay, as soon as he leaves my peripheral vision, I'm going to take a look. And I thought to myself, well, he's just going to disappear again. And then suddenly he walked by, left my peripheral, and he's staring at me. And he's got this, like, smirk on his face. This time, I think. Like a smirk on his face, like, hey, you still ain't going to talk to me, are you? You still ain't going to talk to me. Anyway, he left my peripheral vision, and I looked, gone. I don't think I ran home that day. But so there you go. I don't know, the overall feeling of him was, we were kids growing up in the neighborhood. Long time ago, he lived around here somewhere. Down the road. He died. He's still down here hanging out for whatever reason. And he knows, and the kids are playing, me and my brother were always playing hockey and stuff like that. My buddies come, we're all playing. I think he just wanted to hang out and play. That's about it. Just play hockey with us. Man, it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 times seeing this guy, and then him disappearing. That's how real he was. You never would have known. And if he wasn't dressed in that way, it would just have been a random kid. And I never would have known it. But because he was dressed like that, and he stood out so much from normal kids, like even one point, I thought to myself, one of the experiences I had, one of the sayings I had of him, I thought to myself, boy, he must have a hard time in school. They must beat the hell out of him for wearing that in school. Because they beat the hell out of me for a lot less. So this kid must get fucking tortured at school. That's what I thought. I think that was the time with Coco. Or no, the next time with Terry. when we were shooting a BB gun. Yeah, I thought that. I go, man, that kid. And then I think I even said that to my buddy that was shooting the gun. I go, boy, I bet you he has a fun time in school. Meaning, because he was dressed like that. Then I looked back and he was gone. So anyway, that was the Mennonite ghost kid, or the Mormonite, or whatever they're Quaker thing. I don't know the words. Anyway, Quaker. Yeah. All right, that's another ghost. That was another spiritual experience I had. Okay, later.